Hi, everyone. All the everyone that's here, which is currently nobody, but that's okay. Um, just got off the phone with Steve, and he's been keeping me updated as far as what's going on with the welfare check. And as with anything, privacy is at the utmost. So there's very little that I can say. There's very little that anyone can say. I mean, when people were calling psych wards, there was nothing that anyone could say because HIPAA is a thing. Privacy is a thing. And with Doug in particular, it's a thing. So, there's very little that we can say. Hey, love it. Hey, Jen. Hey, Hef. I'm so glad to see you all here. I'm glad that you're here. Hey, Brian. You guys are awesome. And I'm so glad that you're here for me. And I'm glad that we're here for each other. And I think we're going to need each other. Holy shit balls. There's 7 people here already. I just went live less than 2 minutes ago. Hi, Peggy. Yeah, I couldn't relax either, Hef. And I feel like I'm not going to be able to relax for a while now. Hey, Amanda Beaumont, Kia Ora. I can't relax either because I don't have conclusive information. I don't have receipts. All I know is that conclusively what I can say is that his mom is involved, which is the best possible outcome. And I think that with Doug, anytime his mom is involved, now that he's an adult and she's gone past a lot of what she's had to deal with, having her involved is a good thing. And I know that he's been working so hard in reestablishing connection with his mom. I'm really glad that she's involved. Amanda, are you kidding me? You've been checking every sec after that cliffhanger. Girl, I didn't mean to do that shit. I just, life happens in real time. And I'm not able to do YouTube in real time because, yeah. But Steve and I had a conversation, and it was a really good conversation. It's the first time I've ever spoken to the man, and the first time we've ever exchanged voices, and it was good. Hey, good morning, Laura Amato. Hey, Steve, there he is. Hey, Hef, you've been smoking every second. Girl, I don't blame you. The vape is on the charge. Buongiorno. Faccia bella. Kim, you haven't missed much. Kimberly, I'm sorry. I don't know if you object to be calling Kim. Kimberly, you haven't missed much. You've missed a whole lot of me going, "Hey guys, what the fuck? Here I am. I'm back." I took a phone call. And the thing is, I don't exactly, Jen. Exactly, Jen. Mom is involved. That's a move in the right direction. And that's what we want. It's definitely not that kind of vape. All right, Steve, seriously, this is what's gonna happen? Like we talked about, you like the hair, now I have to fucking take it down. It's been in a ponytail all day, pardon the crimp. I do have a brush around here somewhere, but I have 6 different colors in here. There's the teal underneath. Kim, is normal for you? Okay, cool. Some people get upset when I shorten their names. Me personally, my name is Cricket. I hate it when people call me Crick, because that's either a small body of water or a discomfort in their neck. So, wait, somebody just said something. Jen. Hey, Steve, thanks for keeping us in the know the best you can. 100%. And that's what Steve's been doing with me. He clearly got my email with my phone number that I sent him earlier in the day. And I appreciate that because, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, who the fuck am I? Nobody. Nobody. I'm just some asshole who's in here in the chats with y'all. So I really appreciate the fact that, Steve, that you took the time to connect with me. And I appreciate it. Yep. Okay. Wait, I hit the wrong thing because I tried to reach out with my hand because it's a fucking touch screen. Fuck me. You had your mom's friends lengthen yours. It's Stacy, and she always called you Anastasia. Aw, that's a pretty name, though. It's the name of a czarina. What I was trying to get was turnabout's fair play, y'all. Yes, we did want to see your hair down because people have been bitching at me to keep my hair down, even though I want to keep it in a clip because it gets in my fucking way. Auckland Sky Tower is lit tonight, the same color of my hair. That's amazing to hear, Amanda. Kelly BC, glad to hear you. So he's alive and just going through something. Indeterminate. Again, I don't have the results. I don't have information. And I wish I did. I don't have anything conclusive. I have no receipts. If I had receipts, I would show them. You know how I roll by now. It's been, what, 5, 6 days? 4 or 5 days? I don't know how many fucking days I've been going live, but I've been going live and I've been giving you the information that I have. And I've been issuing the receipts when I have them. I have no receipts. I wish I did. What I can say is that, thank you. Thank you, my love. You're the best. See? Nice to see you, Steve. Started watching you when you started. Good to see you again. We are so happy to have you here. You'll do your best to get everyone up to date when you can. Absolutely. And as soon as I have information that I can share that's verifiable, I will share it. But I am not here to bring speculation, and you guys know it. I don't deal in that. I deal with truth. I deal with receipts. I deal with what can be verified. And right now, I don't have anything that can be verified except that Doug's mom, Linda, has been notified and that there's a welfare check and that I don't have the pay grade to know everything that happened in that welfare check. Obviously, Steve has a slightly higher pay grade because he could let me know that it happened. But that's all we know. Once we have receipts, once we have the ability to actually have serious information that we can share, we will share it. And I mean, seriously, I told you people, I have a bottle of Veuve waiting. I have remained as guardedly optimistic as I can. I have a bottle of Veuve Clicquot waiting for me to pop it when I have news that that man is going to be okay in whatever way that being okay means to Doug. Do you see me popping that bottle right now? I am not. I'm drinking what remains of the Vodak because, of course, y'all bitches know that I'm keto and Vodak has no carbs. So I'm just going to be here to say, Xenu, Marlene, whatever it is, Steve, that's the signal. I don't know what you indulge in. I don't know if it's potato chips or cake or alcohol or weed. Take a hit of whatever substance it is that you love. Hit it. Brian Lucas is going to hit that weed. He's going to toke. Kelly in BC. Kelly BC, thanks, Cricket. Just sounded like his mom was involved, so he was probably going through something that was none of anyone's business. Thank you. Thank you. Because no matter what he's going through, it's none of anybody's business but him and his people. And all of us. I've had phone conversations with the man. Unless you Jay Tillin in his apartment with him, we are all randos on the internet, including me. And what he's going through is none of anyone's business. And if his mama is involved, I definitely want to stay the fuck back. Because I know how badly he was trying so hard to reestablish communication, good communication, solid communication, not Scientology, communication triangle with Himama, but actual communication with his mom. Mango, yeah, be warned. We talk about butterfly, snail, and heifer tits. Seriously, Steve, I have an obsession with snail mucin. You can't see it. Here, let me bring this forward. Snail recovery gel cream. I'm a skincare bitch. And somebody was like, snail gel? Do they milk snails? And then, of course, because I'm that asshole, had to go like, where's the snail nipples? And then we started talking about, somebody came in the next night, maybe it was Simon, wanting to know about butterfly milk. And I'm like, butterfly milk? Where do you find the nipples? They must be so tiny. So butterfly nipples, snail nipples, and then Hef just be whipping them out for no apparent reason. We're a mess up in here. We are absolutely a mess. So yeah, titties and nipples, heifer be lighting candles, good for you. I'm going to do the same. Kim, I'll have to go to the liquor store and get some B&B or some absinthe. Get you some absinthe, Kim. I feel like that would be appropriate. Do it. But only do it if you're going to do it right, with like the sugar cube and the little drippy thing. Do it right, or don't do it at all. Absinthe is not a thing that you can half-ass. Joe, oh my, hey, nice to see you. I was recently watching a video between HG Tudor and Doug where he said he believed his mom was a narcissist. Maybe I understood. I will go back and look. You know what? And that's very fair. When you're talking to HG, it's easy to find people as narcissists. I think his mom, because I don't know anything about his mom, but his mom, I think his dad was the main narcissist in that home, and his mom went along to get along. Whether or not she wound up becoming a narcissist, or whether or not she was a narcissist that was just nascent at that point and spawned into her full narcissism, I don't know. But he was a very young Doug. He was like 9. So who knows? Nobody knows. We know that dad brought him in first. Dad got sucked in and indoctrinated at the very beginning and really had to talk mom into it. And now I have the fucking hiccups, and that's rude. Oh, fuck. Rude. I don't know whether or not his mom was a narcissist. Doug would know better than I. What does the snail stuff do? Kim, I will tell you. I use that shit like some people use Frank's Red Hot. I put that shit on everything. Bug bite, sunburn, blackhead that I've excessively dug at to really try to extract, razor burn. I put snail on everything. Snail is incredibly healing for your skin. Snail mucin filtrate is incredibly healing to your skin. It sounds disgusting. I know, but it's snail slime. They don't smash snails to get it. They collect the slime that the snails leave behind when they're not walking, they're sliding around. Snail mucin filtrate. Pretty much a number of years ago, I broke the fuck out of my moisture barrier on my skin and was scaly and bumpy and red and alligator disgustingness. And it was honestly the snail mucin that helped me really get my skin back into healthy shape, restore my moisture barrier, and make my skin functional again. And you have to pay attention to your skin because it seems like a vanity thing, but your skin is the largest organ in your body. And a lot of people forget that. So snail, man. I mean, this shit, I'm going to try to, I'm not an experienced YouTuber. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But this stuff, Snail Recovery Gel Cream by Mizon. I get it. Like, I buy it 2 tubes at a time. You can buy it hella cheap on Amazon. I have a tube of it in every suitcase I own, every purse I own, and it's sitting here on my desk. I love it. I love it. It's incredibly healing. It can be so good for your skin. And I like to think that the snails are fed by Korean virgins wearing hanbok and gently feeding the snails like leaves of mugwort or whatever. I don't know how it happens. I know they collect the snail slime, they filter it, and they put it in that shit. There's no stench. It's amazing, and it does incredible things for the skin. So, this is how I'm 50 and I look like this. Ta-da! That's what I can tell you what the snail stuff does. Kelly BC, I watched the stream tonight between Doug and Andrew Gold. Was so good. Really enjoyed it. Sure hope to see more. Oh, girl, you and me both. Off to bed now, but we'll check tomorrow for some hopefully good news. Fingers crossed. The Andrew Gold with Reese is really good too. Yep, for sure. Yeah, Reese is some amazing absolute contact. Might be a mess, but a lovely group of people. That's us. That's us, Amanda. You don't drink, so someone have one for you. Jen, I got you. I got you. That's for you, Jen. You might have to go all the way to Denver for absinthe. Of course you'll do it right. It's expensive. Yeah, no shit, right? No point in doing it poorly if you're going to be spending money on it. I agree. I agree. You filthy, filthy. All right, Hef. Here I am for you. Dad got in a day and Doug got out in a day. You know what? Ain't that the fucking truth? All it took was from somebody from his acting class that he didn't even necessarily like to drop off a pile of books on his doorstep. Absolutely. Cults are notorious for turning normal people into narcissistic behavior he might find differently at a second glance. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Because they make secondary psychopaths. That's what cults do. Sophie's here. Kia ora. Steve bailed before the nipple talk. I don't know. Steve might still be here. There's still a lot of people here. Holy shit snacks. There's 17 people here. This is officially my biggest live. What do we got? Snail gel sounds slimy. Oddly, it's not. It sinks right in. It's not slimy at all, nor does it smell bad. You'd think it would, but it doesn't. So the snail stuff is like calamine or Benadryl gel. Kind of, but not really. Not really. I mean, knowing me, I would put it on poison ivy, but I've never experienced poison ivy. The snail stuff is really just to help any kind of a skin problem that you're having, any kind of an eruption. You got a breakout going on. You got like that hormonal acne that's like 97 layers under the skin, that kind of shit. Throw some snail on it. I mean, but honestly, my backup is always throw some snail on it because snail is amazing. It's so good for your skin. But use a good toner first so it has a real opportunity to really sink in. Let's see what Hef is saying. Secretion. That word is worse than moist. Yes, for some it is. And for some, they still can't handle moist. So we'll handle secretion. I don't know what I'm doing. That's okay, honey. Neither do I. You and me both. But you know what? You rocked ass earlier tonight. Fuck yeah. You were amazing. And I was so glad that I was there. Love it. Let me know that you were going to be there. And I was like, please give me the link. But then I kind of figured it out on my own. And I was there and I was so glad that I was there. You were amazing. You rocked ass. And every single time, it's going to be easier. I wonder if it would just be cheaper to buy a snail. You know what? I thought so too. I had a couple. It's not. It's not. And I had snails. I named them both Gary because, of course, you would, right? But you get the snail slime and then you have to filter it somehow. And I'm not really sure how that goes. There's scientific shit that goes along with it. And I'm not a scientific bitch. So I don't know what to tell you. Just, you know what? It actually is cheaper to just buy the shit off of Amazon and you can get 2 packs for hella cheap and they'll last you forever because it's like Brill cream, a little dab will do you. So, scandal. Sophie might go get her Xenu on. Do it, Soph. Do it. See? There we go. Kim's in the spirit. Xenu. Xenu. Okay. Gonna be like that. See, I'm going to have to put you guys on hold and put Ella on the screen just so that I can get more ice. So that I can continue Xenuing with you all. Did you hear that? That's fucking pathetic. I'm going to have to put Ella on here. Hef is a tit expert. Yes, she is. It's true. She whips those things out. Don't mess with Hef, man. If you're afraid of the boobs, do not step to Hef. Sitting here packing more treat bags from the 20-pound box of treats that Mona was thumping her tail on. Oh my God. And that tail thumping was seriously loud and it was amazing. And I saw Mona's snoot and that's all I saw of her. And I still want to smooch that snoot. She's delightful. Are we ever going to get a photo of actual full-on Mona face? Because I really need to see her. She's amazing. Hey, even gays like nipples. That's true. That is true. Wait, what the fuck? What are you saying? I have 54 subs. That's stunning. I was at like 38 2 days ago. Then I was at 42. Earlier tonight, they told me 49. Now I'm at 54? What the shit? I'm stunned. I have no idea what to say. Who the hell am I? Another rando on the internet. But now I have 54 subs. Hey, thank you. Welcome, everybody. You're going to wind up having to look at a weird unicorn while I go and get more ice. This is true. This is true, Pup Groomer. Jen, you were. You were amazing. And as scary and terrifying as it was, and I feel that, trust me, this entire week, I feel that. You did an amazing job, and I was so glad to see it there. And again, I have no right. I'm not your mom. I'm not anybody, but I am so proud to see what you did. You rocked out, and it was incredible. And thank you. I wish I had more of an update. That's all I have. And I wish I could give you more information. I really do. I wish I had more information because fuck, do I have a lot of questions. God damn. I did not have snails scooching across my face. I did not. I just have snail gel. That's all I have. But I love it. And because I'm not sponsored and I'm not an Amazon affiliate, I'm not even going to post a fucking link. Peggy P just subbed to Pup Groomer. Good, as should you all. Go stream to Pup Groomer. Do that. I mean, you're not wrong. I might need an ice machine in here. It's literally right down the hallway, but I may have to figure out a way to put an ice machine in here because I require ice. It's helpful. But yeah, Sophie, truth, as Lovett says. Snail stuff would somehow have to be purified or disinfected. It would be dangerous to just take it straight from the snail. They can carry some nasty pathogens. Yep, legit. So that's why I rely on Mizon to handle all of that pathogen shit for me so I don't have to, so that when it arrives in the tube, it is safe to put on my face. Dirty snail juice. Oh, you shut it, heifer. Talk about dirty. You are dirty. All right. Somebody's asking for Ella. Amanda Beaumont is asking for Ella. If you haven't met Ella, this is Ella. I think that's blood. I think she's gone hunting when I wasn't paying attention because she didn't have that on her lower lip before, but she has it now. She is a delightful unicorn, but when she gets mad, she gets really mad. So I'm going to leave Ella with you. And she's going to look over there at the chat. And I will be right back once I get more ice and more Vodak, because Ella is going to be keeping watch. And yes, Ella does have teeth. She's amazing. She's the best girl. Go on, Red. Go on back to get the updates, such as it is. It's not super juicy. I'm going to go get some ice and some more Vodak, and I will be right back. Keep an eye on Ella. She don't play. Maybe sing some songs. Sing some songs to appease Ella. She likes music. She's back. Which y'all been saying. She mad? I gotta go back. Mama said not to, but I did it anyway, misbehaving. Wash my hands to keep away from Satan. Yeah, I can sing the Reese Misbehaving song too. Not quite as well. Not on pitch. Talk amongst yourselves. It's okay, Sophie. You don't have to be lost. If I backed Ella up any further, I'm afraid she would fall over. So I can't. What's the update? You're lost now. Talk amongst yourselves. The update was a non-update. That's fair. Sophie needs a smoke. Xenu. Yeah, you and me both, girl. Same news as earlier. Misbehaving. Yep. Absolutely. All we know about Doug is that family is involved in this point. His mama, in particular. His mama and a family friend. Some of his loyal fans were handling it with respect. Not all of them. Some of them were being really disrespectful. I will, Jen. I will go to your community tab to see pictures of Mona because I bet she's amazing. Some of his followers were handling things with respect, and others not so much. People in his chat, a certain portion of people in his chat have gone full on Lord of the Flies, and they have done since last Tuesday. Some of them have chosen to get it together and not act like complete douche rockets. And some of them have chosen not to. There are those, maybe it was a typo that they called me Chow Sun Slut. But if it wasn't a typo, if it wasn't autocorrect, sorry, y'all, I'm putting my rainbow hair up because it's getting in my way and it's pissing me off. So up in a clip it goes because that's my life. Here's the thing. Whoever it was that chose to call me Chow Sun Slut, if it was on purpose, do better. I've seen worse. A lot. If it was inadvertent, I understand. As I said a couple of days ago, my mom tried to tell me about a tear duct infection once, and her phone told me it was a test fuck infection. I get it. That sometimes autocorrect, auto cock rocket, auto carrot, auto cucumber, it just does the thing. So if that wasn't intentional, okay. If it was intentional, do better. I've heard worse. Come on. Have some imagination. My name is Cricket, for the love of God. Do you think that I haven't heard all of the jokes that people can make about my name by this point, do better. There were other people who were being abusive to people in the chat who were trying to be somewhat logical. And for the very first time in one of Doug's chats, I had to put somebody on a 24-hour timeout. Because what they did and what they said to another person in the chat was that egregious. That, no. No. We don't hold with that here. That's not how we roll. We are always respectful. When Doug is here, he is respectful. Even when he's calling people out, he's fucking respectful. So that's the kind of environment that he's tried to place on his mods. We don't boot, we don't mute, we don't do any of that shit just on a whim. We're paying attention, and it takes a lot to push us to that limit. So, yeah. When I saw somebody being actively abusive toward another person in the chat, not toward me. This had nothing to do with the whatever jacked up name that they called me. Because again, I don't care. But when I saw somebody being abusive to another person in the chat, that's when I put them on a timeout. Because that shit is uncalled for. Check yourself. And so, that's how I chose to operate. And it's the first time that I've had to do that in my time as a mod for him. Granted, it hasn't been a super long time, but compared to the previous mod that everyone had, I think it's probably a breath of fresh air that I even allowed that to happen, that any of us allowed that to happen. Me, Wendell's, Karina, we all were giving people a lot of latitude because we understand that what was happening in the mod community before that was not good. So we didn't roll with that. And instead, we were following Doug's rules as Doug laid them out. And I'm continuing to do so until I have absolute proof and receipts to do otherwise. Because I believe that if it's on his channel, it should be carried out as he wishes. Anything beyond that, like on my channel, I'm going to do what I want. On my channel, it's not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. On my channel, if you're going to flounce, do that. But really know that a flounce only belongs along the base of a couch. Get over yourself. Don't care. You're going to go? Go. By all means. You don't have to send me a fucking telegram. But on Doug's channel, he's made his rules. I follow those rules. So does Wendell's. So does Karina. We follow those rules. And until I have solid documented reason to not follow those rules, I will continue. What I know right now, I'm hilarious on 2x speed. I'm sure I sound like a chipmunk. You know what's funny on 2x speed? Aaron, especially when he starts laughing, sounds like an absolute chipmunk. Flouncy dresses? I love flouncy dresses. I just don't look real good in them. That's not my style. People are here for information, but they're also here to process their emotions. And I get that. The information that I have, it is that I have the fucking hiccups. And I went to the doctor today. Doctor visit went well. Hiccups are not going well. Hiccups are pissing me off. The information that I have is that a welfare check was carried out. Complete results of which I do not have. When I have complete results, when I have receipts, when I have total information, I'll share it. I don't have those things yet. I know his mom was involved. And if Doug would want anyone involved, it would be his mom. Because he loved his mom. And he was so happy to be back in touch with her that I cannot imagine that he's not happy that she's involved with what's going on now. So that's all I can say. His mom is involved. And as soon as I get complete information and I'm allowed to share complete information without having to obfuscate anything, I will share it. And until then, I'm not going to deal in half-truths or speculation. You know me. Anybody who's been watching me knows me. I don't roll with speculation. I don't roll with half-truths. When I have something full, complete, and confirmed, I will pass it on. And if it means, hi, Pete Jensen. If it means that it's going to take a while, then that's what it means. But I mean, what have we had all this week? Fucking nothing. All we've had is our positive hopes, our aspirations. That's what we've got. Nobody has had any solid information other than we haven't heard from the motherfucker. And I love the motherfucker, but I haven't heard from the motherfucker. I hope that he's heard from me. I hope that somewhere, somehow, he's gotten the messages that I've sent him, and there just hasn't been any kind of acknowledgement through some kind of glitch in the tech. It's possible. As soon as I get solid information that can be confirmed, I'll pass it on. That's all I can do. Now we're asking about all kinds of shit here. His voicemail isn't full and the phone rings. This is usually a sign it's being charged. Or it could be a sign that not everyone has been leaving messages. I've left him 2 voicemails. Neither one of them were real long. I don't know how long anyone else has left messages for him, I don't know if people who have called have gotten the voicemail greeting and then just hung up. So, in theory, it could mean anything or nothing at all. Sound and fury signifying nothing. As you've stated, he doesn't owe any of us anything. No explanation needed. Thank you, Zeno. He owes none of us anything because, in the end, it's all parasocial. This is all somebody that we met on the internet and we connected with. Some of us have had email conversations, chat conversations, phone conversations. I've never met the man in person, and I'm willing to bet you haven't either. He owes us nothing. The only people he owes anything to are his employers, and secondarily, because of the way that they did him, his family. That's it. We might want to ascribe ourselves more importance than we have, but that's not necessarily the case. And how do you want him? Let's just say it's his final moments. Let's just say he had a stroke, heart attack. How do you want him thinking? Like he owes you something? Or like he pushed out as much fucking information as he could? I don't want him thinking he owes me shit. He pushed out a lot of information. And I think we should all be grateful for it. Whether or not we hear from him again. And who knows what's going to happen? I don't. Again, I have nothing solid. I have nothing on which I could put testimony. How do you want him feeling about you? Where you came in now, where I go to get ice. I hope you've caught up by now, Red. I have ice. I have a beverage. Xenu. Xenu, bitches. Xenu. In the end, nobody owes anybody anything. We put out the information that we put out, and we hope that people receive it. And that's all we can do. We can't make people hear our message. We can't make people understand our experience. We put out the information and we hope that there's somebody who's there to be receptive. And that's all of us. That's you. That's Jen. That's me. That's Doug. That's Aaron. It's Reese. We hope that there's somebody out there to connect to. Right now, on December 12th at 3:07 a.m., there are 21 people watching me. And I hope that I'm connecting with all of you. I hope that you're all hearing my message. And I'm a fraction of the people that Doug regularly reaches when he makes his broadcasts. I hope that those people that Doug reaches actually hear him. That they get the point. They get the point that he was trying to put out. That is not all about Scientology, that there's so much beyond just what LRH was teaching. I hope. And I continue to hope. All we can do is hope. Hope is what we have. I have a fraction of the reach of Doug. Doug has a portion of the reach of Steve. They both have a fraction of the reach of Reese, who has a third of the reach of Aaron. It's all exponential, and it's all where you turn your attention. The point is, keep your eyes open. Always be watching. And always give a shit about who's out there spinning in the void by themselves. Like me, like Jen, like Doug, like Reese, like Nora, like Kelly, even like ZDT. We're all out here in the void. We're all out here on the tubes of you. We're here, but by the grace of the viewers. But if people pay attention to the message, and if people realize that we're just humans and we're all going through our own experiences. You're going through your shit. I'm going through my shit. I haven't been in a cult. I've been in an abusive relationship. I've worked for a company that employed undue influence. But I've never been in Scientology. I've never been a Mormon. I've never been with the JWs. It doesn't have to be a religion. It can be anything. If you've been controlled and you recognize it and you've gotten out, you don't have to be controlled again. Doug was controlled. I've been controlled. Very likely you've been controlled. The message in the end is freedom, autonomy, agency. Heifer, you totally can do better than Fritos, girl. Autonomy, agency, better snacks. Find a way. You can do it, Hef. I believe in you. They're munchies, not gourmetchies. Okay, granted, I will drink box wine. I will drink card Bordeaux instead of just Bordeaux. I get it. We've all been controlled at some point. We've all needed to take back our voice, our freedom. Doug has done that, and he brought us all together with it. And the only reason that there's 20 people watching me right now is because of Doug. I believe that completely. We got to take it back. We have to take back our autonomy, our opinions, our voice. We have to rise. Because if not now, when? And when will be too late? This is a man who came back after having his brain cracked, lived in his car, threatened violence against everybody that he knew because they wouldn't break out the same way that he did. They didn't have access to the same materials that he did. Nobody dropped a pile of books on He Mama's door the way that they did to him. He got out after OT3, after his wall of fire. And it was, for him, a wall of fire. OT3 fucked that man up. And he struggled his way back. And he spent 10 years telling the world about it, with taking down YouTube channels, with Rumble, with BitChute, with everything else. He has spent his time trying to tell everybody about it. He spent terrifying, elucidating interviews with HG Tudor talking about it. How do we give credit to that time spent? How do we give that man a break? Do we turn on each other? Do we tell each other to go fuck ourselves when we say things that we don't want to hear? How do we do that? Do we give each other a little grace and say, hey, we're allowed to worry? But we're also powerless at the same time because we don't know him. We haven't met him. We haven't hung out, had coffee, had margaritas, gone bowling with the man. He's intensely private. So how do we respect that? Some people have chosen to try to exploit that. Have done everything that they can to pry past that shroud that he has so rightfully put up. He's had OSA. He's had PIs. And he's had creepy ass motherfuckers from the internet decide that within 12 hours of him not showing for a live, they're going to call the psych ward and check arrest records. And I'm going to blink at that for a long damn time. Because if that's what people said about me, if I was just incommunicado for 12 hours, first of all, when I'm incommunicado for like 72 hours, week and a half, Only person checking on me is my mama, and she live in the same damn house. Nobody else is checking on me after that time. And I'm sure as fuck nobody's calling psych wards and checking arrest records. So what does that say? Once again, I said it earlier this week. What does it say about you? That the first place you check is psych wards and arrest records. Maybe it's because HIPAA's not going to tell you about fucking anything else. Yeah, he's in the hospital. We're not going to tell you if he's in the psych ward or the cardiac ward. Because privacy is a thing that people should be allowed every single day of the world. I'm getting riled up again. I should calm down. What do you feel you've missed, Al? Tell me. You should be glad. You should be glad, to be honest, because it's been fuckery most foul. Heinous fuckery most foul. For a week. So I'm glad that you've missed it. Your friend got arrested for drunk driving after only drinking kombucha last weekend. Let me tell you something. Kombucha has enough of an alcohol content that when I was working in a recovery facility, we had a staff member who was drinking kombucha, and we had to actually tell her to go home. Because people who were residents saw that what she was drinking had any kind of alcohol content at all, and were gonna try to, like, boof it. If something can be used, something can be abused, and that's always the way it goes. Puppies and daisies? Aw. Can you tell me about kittens and daisies? I love puppies, I really do, but I'm more partial to kittens. I love kittens. What is kombucha? Kombucha is a fermented beverage that has a very, very, very slight alcohol content. Not enough to get anybody drunk, but certainly enough to make people who are in treatment for substance use disorder get really excited. Because that 2% alcohol or whatever it is, I mean, I've seen people literally drink perfume. No, I'm not kidding. So, when there's a beverage that's packaged and sold on the mass market that has a 2% alcohol or whatever, and enough so that there's a warning, people who have a substance use disorder are gonna drink it. So, that happens. And the same person who was calling all over town after only one day still was trying to encourage others to call all around, even after Mango said his family had called for welfare. Yep. And Kimberly, I'm not sure who exactly that was. There are a number of different people that it could have been. There were a couple who were acting out big time. And I don't know what to tell you because no matter what we did, and I was acting behind the scenes, other people were acting behind the scenes, it's not enough. It's not enough unless we have somebody's x-rays and CAT scans and full body scans and everything else put up on the internet for everybody to see. Nothing's ever going to be enough. And I don't even know what to say about that, except maybe get a hobby horse, get a therapist. I don't know what to tell you. I know he's been quiet this week, but just assumed he was off chilling. Precisely, L. That's precisely what I was assuming as well. And if you've seen any of my previous lives this week, I'm not going to assume that you have because, approximately 10 people have. And that's okay. Because who the fuck am I? Nobody. All I really wanted and all I really still want is to know that he fucked off to Big Bear, vodka. Hi. He fucked off to Big Bear. He's high as a giraffe's asshole. He's contemplating his navel and took the break that he needed because he needed the break. Everything that he has done over the last few lives has been really fucking heavy. And people have been reading way too much into his last few recent lives. Oh, his face is drooping. It looks like he's having a stroke. Oh my God, look at his teeth. What fucking Hollywood bullshit nonsense is this? His face was not drooping. His face was equal. His face was even. He wasn't having a stroke. His teeth are fucking fine for a normal human being. Knock it the shit off. But people gonna do what people gonna do. At that point, how could she claim to be doing it for Doug? I believe she was doing it just to satisfy her own. Yes. Yes, Kim. Yes. I think there was a point where LV just shut off and would not listen to anyone from then on, just fixed on one thing. Yep. And that. And she's kept repeating it again and again, and she won't stop even when she's assured. Guess why she's been timed out? She has been timed out. Hi, Jess. It's me, Cricket. Hi, Bodak. It's been a motherfucker of a week. And it's only Monday. Yes, they are really saying that. They are. That's who got Hoodkind? LV. It's the only clues that I'm giving. LV decided that she was going to verbally abuse somebody else in the chat that wasn't me. And I used my wrench. I timed her out for 24 hours. And then I went into the chat and stated that somebody had been timed out, and they had been timed out because they were abusing somebody else in the chat. It wasn't me. I don't give a single tin damn what people say about me in the chat. I just don't care. The one who wears the wrench bears the target. I get it. I don't care. Xenu. But people were being abusive. One person in particular was being abusive. I timed her out for 24 hours. If that's going to come back on me, then it does. I've owned it. I've been transparent about it, and I'm not sad about it. Let them. Have Scott titties for the lurkers. Hi, lurkers. Happy to see you here. Tried in the beginning to reassure her that I understand her concern, but that there is nothing we can do and we need to respect his privacy. And she said I turned on her. Yes, exactly. People are going to act like we're turncoats just because we're trying to respect a man's privacy, just because we're trying to respect anyone's privacy. I go on YouTube. It doesn't mean that you guys have full run of my entire life. You guys don't know what my underwear size is. You don't know what my bra size is. You don't know shit about fuck when it comes to me. And people want to think that they own you just because they watch you. And I'm so glad that so few people watch me. It's why, like, Doug, bless him, showed a photo of me singing and apparently got a bunch of emails about people saying that I should go on The Voice. No. No. Because I'm not here to make my life into a living hell just for other people's entertainment. And Doug was not here to make his life into other people's entertainment. Doug speaks his truth. And that's what he does. He encourages other people to speak their truths. He's encouraged me to speak my truth. He encouraged vodka. He encouraged Marilyn to speak her truth. He wants people to speak their truth. as he has spoken his truth, unbound and unbeholden to the powers that be. Sophie says, and if there is one thing we can all take from Doug's content is that all views are allowed and no views are absolute truths. 1,000,000%. The one thing about Doug that he has always told the mods, we don't boot, we don't mute. And even if somebody's saying something that might be a little bit weird or might be a little bit offensive, he says, leave it up. Maybe I'll put him on blast. Maybe I'll put him on the screen. That's his prerogative because it's his channel. He can do what he wants. And I am happy to accede to that. Also, Sophie is saying some really nice shit about me. I'm way too cool for the boys. This is motherfucking underground. I don't want 6 weeks of my life or 8 weeks of my life or whatever on a reality television show. That's not what I'm about. If I'm going to sing songs, I'm going to sing songs. But to have the nation voting on it, the arbitrary nation voting on it when they don't know shit about fuck when it comes to me, nah, I'm not about that life. I've missed part of this, clearly. She half sounded that way to me. She tried to get me to call the cops. I told her that he didn't know me from Adam. I'm not sure what that's about. Do I need to backtrack? By the law, we can't release any info. Don't name names. That's not how I do. Oh. Halfway, not sure. Thought that she was acting like a jealous fiance trying to stake a claim, overstating her relationship with Doug. She just had to know where he was and who he was with. Oh. Wait, Kim. Maybe I missed. Did I miss? I'm going back. I'm going back, Kim. At that point, how could she claim to be doing it for Doug? I believe she was doing it just to satisfy her own curiosity. Okay. Fair. I feel like I'm going way back. The same person was calling all over town after only one day, still was trying to encourage others to call around. Even after Mango said that his family had still called for a welfare check. Yep. Yeah. There's been a lot of shit that's happened. Sophie saw you doing that. Kimberly saw her turn on you too. I'm glad I'm not the only one who saw her turn on you, Kim. But if she's in a timeout, can she access any updates? Because otherwise that would be a bit cruel. She's probably really hurting right now. I'm not justifying anything, just trying to understand, guys. Elle, I hear you. She probably is really hurting. No, that kind of fire did not sound like jealousy. It sounded like legit truth. It was harsh, but it sounded like truth. So I understand, Kim, where you're coming from, but it's okay because sometimes things are going to be harsh, and yet the harsh is the only way that people are going to understand. And yet sometimes they're just not gonna. And I feel like this one person in particular is not going to understand. She hurts. We all hurt in our own way. We all process in our own way. But it's not anyone else's responsibility to process the same way that we do. She had so many options to chill the fuck out, to be constructive, to find a way to make it work. She chose not to do that. She chose instead to cast aspersions. She chose to throw accusations and make it so that everyone else had responsibility but her. Wait, that's not. That's why I tried to empathize with her, but she wasn't having it. No, she wasn't. She wasn't having it. You don't really understand this YT stuff, to be honest. And you know what, Elle? That's okay. I'm only on the levels of it, like on the very, very clawing my tiny little fingernails in it myself. I kind of get it, but it's okay. You're not alone. Wait. No. That's not what I'm trying to show. My understanding of the timeouts is that they can still see and just not be able to chat. Yep. And I'm pretty sure that pisses her off to the nth degree. And I'm sure we're all going to hear about it when her 24 hours is up. And I'm here to take responsibility for it because I'm the one who did it. I timed her out. What fucked philosophy off was that whenever anyone tried to get her to calm down and understand, she would say, "You don't care. Why is nobody doing anything?" And that's the shit right there. Because she didn't know what anyone was doing behind the scenes, nor did she care because we weren't there and servicing her and giving her all the information that she wanted while also trying to make all of the preparations, all of the anything to make sure that Doug was okay. It was all about informing her. It wasn't about Doug. And that's the thing. It should have been about Doug. What I was doing behind the scenes was about Doug. And she doesn't know shit about fuck what I was doing behind the scenes about Doug. Nor should she. Does she know me? Did she bother to email me? Did she message me? No. Hey, saddling up. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm happy to see you. You feel I did the right thing? It's out of control. I'm not here for self-soothing. I mean, I am to a point, of course, because I'm not going to lie, but I did what I could. And that's all I could do. And I was trying to keep people calm. I have no idea. I think she just wanted to make it sound as filthy as possible. The funny thing was that I was only a few minutes at a time to check in. I think I missed most of it. Who was trying to be filthy? I mean, because Kim, I'm not going to lie. I'm a filthy bitch. And so is Hef. Heifer. Heifer is filthy. And don't discount inappropriate adjacent Amanda. But if you're talking about LV, yeah. By law, no one could do anything. That's the thing. 100%. That's the thing. Is that, like, HIPAA is a thing for a reason. If somebody's in hospital, you can know that they're in a particular facility, but you can't necessarily know why. If you're some rando from the internet, and let's face it, we are all randos from the internet. We can't know anything about why he's in a particular facility. Is it in cardiac care? Psychological care? It doesn't matter. Bariatric? Who gives a fuck? It's none of our business because HIPAA is a thing. And medical practitioners are going to pay attention to that shit. And they're not going to give information to randos who call unless they have the right information. And we don't have it. I don't have it. I'm damn sure that you don't have it unless you're a family member. So, oh my God, shit's been going crazy. Yeah, he might need a restraining order. I can understand why Marisa was so pissed off when she said in her comment, like, the viewers don't own Doug, and he doesn't owe us anything. It's actually sickening. And well, I don't know him. Wait, I'm going to find your next comment. Sophie. Nope, not the one. While you don't know him, you've listened to him enough to know that that is crossing the line. Absolutely. You may not be his BFF in meat space, but you know where crossing the line is. And a lot of people don't know what crossing the line is. And that's fucked up. And it's really sad. You are a dirty, dirty heifer. And that's why I like you. I approve of a dirty heifer. Kim, don't sweat it. You did not do the thing that you said she did to the chat. And she abused you. And that's why she got her timeout. L, thanks for doing what you did. I'm glad I missed it. Must have been sad. Yeah, it was. Hope everyone and everything is okay, though. Bro, lady, me too. And if we're not, we will be. Might take some time. But yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty fucked up week. I am not going to lie. Between last Monday and this Monday, it's been a fucked up week. I hope that everybody's okay. And eventually we will be okay. And bless Zeno that therapy is a thing. We will be okay. I hope that you are doing okay. And if there's anything that I can do to help, please let me know. Saddling up. I expressed my concern in the chat initially, but had to drop out when the repeated I love Doug showed up. It was too much. Yep. 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 Girl, same. Absolutely. But they did try to take away our rights to informed consent. Who did? Who did? The people in the chat? Sophie? Tell me who tried to take away your rights of informed consent, because I'm interested in that. And was it people in his chat? Because I know sure as shit it wasn't Doug. I only glanced today at the request of Cricket and saw that, all caps, over and over. I didn't do anything in all caps over and over. Who put shit over and over in all caps? I'm interested to know. Y'all like the video? I'm heading to bed. Gotta work in the morning. Sleep sweet, baby. Go groom them puppies. Yes. Yes. 100%. 100% kiss Mona for us. I can say rape. You're pretty filthy too. Very hard to shock or offend. Same. Same, girl. Same. And seeing as we're an hour and 40 in, it's probably pretty safe that I say the R word instead of grape. I don't know. I'm not really worried about being monetized. I have less than 50 subs, so I'm not really sweating it real hard, but just in case. Good night, Jenny. Thank you for your live today. Sweet dreams, kiss Mona for us, for sure. Sandy says, just woke up and catching up. Girl, you just went to sleep like a little bit ago. Okay. Caveman! your smoke break. Enjoy. Girl, smoke them if you got them. Get it. You saw Mango's update earlier. Okay. I don't have a whole lot to add. Who the fuck am I? Nobody. Mango's got way more viewers than I do. And so all I can say is that Doug's mom is involved. And from what I understand, a welfare check happened. I don't know anything beyond that. I have no receipts. As soon as I hear more and am allowed to say more, I'll let it out. All I can say is light that candle, keep those positive thoughts going, either for him in the corporeal life or him in the afterlife. Maybe he's on his way to Target 2. We don't know. All I can say is keep the positive thoughts going. Keep the positive energy flowing. Light the candle like you can. As soon as I have more information, as soon as Mango has more information, he's going to pass it on to me, and then I'll be able to pass it on to y'all. That's all I got. Thanks to everyone who came by for your first live. Appreciate y'all. Honey, we appreciate you. And I'm so happy that you did that. And I'm so proud of you. You did great. Yeah, you looked a little bit nervous. I'm going to say it. But you know what? I probably looked a little bit nervous in mine. So you did great. And you actually had shit to talk about. I'm just babbling. So mad props to you. Rock on, Jen. You can sleep well. And please give us kisses to the Mona. We love Mona. Kimberly, it's actually unhinged at this point. Like, I'm worried, but it's too much like she's on a righteous something. I'm on a righteous. I don't know if I'm on a righteous. Somebody's on a righteous. It's okay. You don't have to start up that debate. Can't stand Landmark. Several friends who were wrapped up in that shit in Atlanta. It was the worst. Yep. Landmark is evil for sure. Honey, I don't know that I rescued you. I just put somebody on a timeout because they were being abusive. And if all that we can do is see that another person is abusive and do something about it, then I feel like I've done what I've been set to do. Does that make sense? I'm not here to save people. I'm just here to help people realize that acting like dicks is not the way to go. And it's not something that I'm going to tolerate if I have a ranch. So that's what I can do. Wish you could chill, but it's cold and windy. Yes, girl, same here. Also split up my 30-minute break over my smoke breaks. I have 4 more hours at work to go. Ooh. Girl, mad strength. You can do it. I believe in you. I have what? What? That's crazy talk. 60 subs? That's crazy. That's madness. Absolute madness. I think she really needs to calm down for herself and everyone else, including Doug. Yeah. I mean, calm is the only thing we have. Been looking forward to this live stream. Thank you so much, Cave Ma'am. Doug aside, it's been a pleasure to hang out here, and I hope it continues. I hope it does too. I don't know what reason I'll have, but I hope it does too. I don't even know what I'm talking about half the time. The energy in this chat is so much better. I love this energy in this chat. We have a lot of fun. We talk about butterfly nipples and snail nipples and craziness. There's no topic. We just go completely off the rails and we have a good fucking time. For sure, 100% good vibes. Trying my best not to ascribe any undue duality onto any of this. What is, isn't. What is. What ain't, ain't. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Pup Groomer, check out your live when you're out of work. Yes, please do. Please do, Cave Ma'am. She did such a good live tonight, and we were so proud of her. She just balls out, went and did it, and I could not be prouder. Good vibes all around, guys. Thanks, Elle. Happy to see you here. That's been awesome. Like righteous indignation. Yeah. I have no idea what's going on with my mouse. Not me. Speaking of the timeout person, okay. That's cool. I'm going to keep on trucking. I love trucking. I love road trips. Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you. Y'all help me. Y'all help me. You weren't saying I was all caps. LV was all because with the I love crap. Only went to check at your request. I was scared of looking. Yeah, you know what? I don't blame you. It's okay. Yeah. It was pretty scary and it remains pretty scary, but it is what it is. You know, we can't change the way that people behave. It's all in the gap. As Reese says, we can control ourselves. And that's all that we can control. We can't do a whole lot beyond that. People are going to behave the way they're going to behave. And sometimes they need to be called out. And that's why mods exist. And sometimes we call them out. I don't like to do it, but I did it tonight. But yeah, I don't blame you for being scared of looking. I'm glad that you think that this live stream rocks, Kim. Hef's been here, but texting on the side. Fair. Sophie loves how polite Americans are when they say, "Excuse me, ma'am." Gap theory. Yep. Get that, Jay. It'll chill you out for the kid concert. Seriously, because all you ever want is to be chilled out for a kid concert. And if a bitch gotta do what a bitch gotta do, Xenu. Yeah, Kim, we've got a couple of people here from New Zealand. Sophie's one of them. Hey, wait, what? I take exception to that. Love it. I have been incredibly pleasant to tourists and to non-New Yorkers when they've been there when I am a New Yorker. So maybe chill out on that stereotype. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. The question is, what's the vodka mixed with? What has anything been mixed with this week? Sugar-free ginger ale. I thought there was more Coke Zero in the house, and there isn't. So it's all sugar-free ginger ale. So that's what I get. I know I may not be a born New Yorker. Where are others from? Okay. Other people are going to share. I was born in South Central Wisconsin. I'm sorry, Beloit, Wisconsin. I lived there until I was 4. Then we moved to northern Minnesota. Then I fled when I was 20. Lived in Jersey for about a year and a half, Lake Apacong area. And then I moved into the Bronx. I lived in the Bronx for a long time. Met up with a guy, moved to Connecticut, lived in Connecticut for a few years, managed a porn store, moved to LA, lived in LA for 5 years. Couldn't get out fast enough. LA and I needed to see other people. Moved to Pennsylvania with a person, Pennsylvania, with a person who love bombed me and came on really strong. And I should have seen the red flags. And maybe I even did see the red flags. But my goal was beyond him. So I wound up in a really fucked up place in Pennsylvania with a person who was mentally and verbally abusive. And then I got out. I got back to English. Wait, English I said because I just read something in the chat. Got back to Jersey. After Jersey, I moved to Brooklyn, lived to Brooklyn for a couple of years, and then came back to my folks. So, kind of been all over the place. And that has nothing to do with the time that I was on the Renaissance Fair circuit. So, I've been all over the goddamn place. Tall poppy syndrome. Stand too tall, you get snipped off. That's what I would think. New Zealand is pretty different from US, very slow and laid back. We were also a bit English, so slightly repressed and have tall poppy syndrome, but we're pretty cool. Yeah, I need more information on the tall poppy syndrome. I may not be a born New Yorker, but I feel like a born New Yorker. New York is where my heart lives, always. And anytime I go back there, it's where I feel the most comfortable. If you're clever or high achieving or think you're good at anything, that you're taken down a peg or two and reminded that you're not special and in fact you don't show it, that's tall poppy syndrome. Okay. Yeah. Don't stick up too much. You'd be brought down. Yeah. Yeah. New Zealand is gorgeous, but tall poppy syndrome is bullshit. So, straight up. All right, ducklings. I've given you my story. It is narcissistic. It really is. And it's nasty and it's rude. All right, guys. The only information I have is that a welfare check was done. It was instigated by his mom. When I have solid information to give you, I will give it. I'm exhausted. I had a doctor's appointment. I had to do a lot of errands today. And I'm beat. And it's 4 a.m. After 4 a.m. Toodaloo, motherfuckers, says the inappropriate heifer, who is delightfully inappropriate. Sweet dreams or beautiful day to all you lovelies. Thank you. Love it. Glad there's a vetted pipeline of info. That's all we need to know. Yes, agreed, Sandy says. I love you all. I'm so grateful that you're here and that you're supporting me and that you're supporting Doug most of all, because he's the man. He's the man. And I'm all I can do, either here in front of a camera or behind the scenes, is all I can do. And I'm doing everything that I can, and I know that you know that. Anyone who's been in contact with me knows that. So all I can do is all I can do. And I'm not really anyone. So, as I get information, I'll pass it on to you. And I'm not here to lie to you. So, you know that when I have information that's solid, I will pass it on. Thank you so much, Zainab. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Hef. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Love It. Thank you, Pup Groomer. Let's have one last Xeno for the night. Cheers. We'll hope for better news in the morning. Peace to you.